Welcome everybody. My name's Luciferian, and today we are playing the Stanley Parable. As it says up there, you are playing the Stanley Parable. So I've not played this game. It is kind of old, but I've been told by a couple of my friends that it is absolutely hilarious and that everyone should experience it at least once. It's supposed to be a great game with multiple endings and a lot of really good jokes and commentary throughout the game. So let's dive into this and see how funny it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him
I want to do that.
to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
I mean, that sounds like the perfect job for me.
Was happy.
Stanley was happy. See? I mean, perfect.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Uh-oh.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right. I don't know what buttons do what. Oh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Okay.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed.
Oh.
Then days.
Days.
Had years gone by?
Years.
He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday,
Just sit here.
they would arrive. Soon,
Solid. Yeah.
very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hey, there we go. Can't go in there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
20 times, huh? Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50 clicks. I mean, but it's an achievement. We got to do it, right?
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where's 417? Curious if like I just got to do this a couple more times here. All right, let's go check out 417, or let's take a look around this office real quick. You move like at the speed of light. There we go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
There's 437. Oh, there we go.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Man, I'm getting bossed around to do stupid stuff by a video game. This is I make questionable life choices, apparently. All right, there we go. 4 and 5, right?
Now, back to door number 437.
This thing's just messing with me.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where's the copy machine? Oh, there we go.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can't.
Yes!
Oh, I
This is
can.
Great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Oh, this is good. This is solid.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize, game. Wow, this dude has just a pencil sharpener on his desk. I want that. Like, all right, guys. Give me your pencils. All right. So, let's actually go find something to do in the video game. There we go. Input received. Everything is closed and locked. I don't think this is a scary game at all, so I don't think I really have to worry about a jump scare or anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go on the one on the left. Now, I am walking into this blind, but with a tiny bit of information that I got from somebody.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Rip Franz. Let's take complete today's unfinished agenda items. Let that reflect. Reflect, I like that. Standardized graphs 40 times wide, not efficient. Who moved my desk? Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. I like that. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper guy. Hire someone to synergize the papers. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss's appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Having interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with one or with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined. Oh man, I can't read that fast. What is hot? Target demographic teenagers. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Profits. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Things but with money or things. Money. More money. Things but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. Fantastic. The stock market is somewhere here. I love this. A lot. Portion of the primary review schedule, but I think it's a stupid idea. Oh. All right. Let's
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's obviously something good in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Now, you're gonna have to excuse me, guys, because this takes a little bit.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
The voice acting is just smooth as butter.
Somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
It included like mistypes and
Was
everything.
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
He's so
Well,
upset.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go, oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Sounds so upset.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley
I'm so curious what's on that door on the right. But we're not there yet.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get fired.
Feeling a wave of
Do my best.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Well, that's...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Walk upstairs. Can't go up there. All right. Wow, this is a lot nicer. Can't move. Dang. His boss's office is freaking
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
We'll never guess that.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Damn.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Man, this boss's office is everything I would like my life to be at some point. It's so dark. Man. Alright, there's a big down button. Let's hit that, huh? Is that it? Reloading a different part of the game, or was that just like the story? I'm so confused. Okay, no. Okay, different part of the game. All right.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
And why all the lights gotta blow out? This isn't supposed to be a scary game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Mind control
mind control
facility. Okay. Go be mind controlled.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
Damn.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yep. With this
Now,
giant
the
camera.
monitors jumped
Ooh,
to
wow.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Damn.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I want to zoom in on these and see what these papers say. Employee observation protocol. All right. I like how they're just giant buttons.
Facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind control idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Ah.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled
I've
himself
won.
from Silas's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
True.
Where
There's
had
a lot
his
of
co-workers
puzzles
gone?
unsolved.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building
Look,
hold?
birds.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Terrible
It
graphics.
was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Unless, okay, no, that was actually, that was the ending. Okay, so let's roll into some more endings and other pathways.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Or will he?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go.
No!
Turn the controls
Mine.
off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Oh boy.
Until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in
521?
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made.
This dude is crazy.
This is not a challenge.
I like this.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Okay, 521's actually here twice.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. all
Console
part of the
disabled.
game.
Enable
And believe me, I will be laughing
backup
every
power to
second of the
activate.
inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Oh. All right. This time we're going into the door on the right, even though he said left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do, in fact, went to just admire it.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drink it in. All right.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Is he gonna get angry again?
Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Did I, though? Did I? Sit here and drink my water. See if any other dialogue comes. Apparently not. All right.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I'll check that room later.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Wow.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? Who is her? And now, next time, I'm going to try and jump down onto that railing.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is her? Oh boy.
That's her, Stanley.
That actually kind
To
of
be
freaked
the
me
one
out.
To do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Pick it up.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Homie's messed up. All right.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press O on or 0 on your keyboard. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press F.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even
I'm
feel
being
sorry for
assaulted
him,
here.
except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press 1 to spend time with the boys. Let's go.
He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer.
Man is assaulting me.
Mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Well, I'm not gonna then. I kind of want to push the button though. How long do I have to wait? What if I hit a different button? They're gonna make me hit this button, aren't they? Damn it. Win.
You see?
You win, game.
He does not hear me. How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press E to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again.
Please die. Wow.
Pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Apparently we died.
About nothing but you all this time. This There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
All right. Let's see here.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
We're gonna go through the blue door first.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through
Wait.
the red door.
Whoop.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Kind of.
Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I kind of want to go in one of the other doors now. All right, let's take this third door. See what's in here.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha!
Boop.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neil Skid. Nicho Nacho. Whoa, 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 wow! You know that 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players? No, I missed that. Those are good. Let's take this third door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Boop. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
What the
Stanley
shit?
goes left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm obviously not gonna play this for 4 hours, but I'm kind of curious if there's anything that like does this. But I'm just gonna let the baby go to the fire, no matter how terrible that sounds.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
No.
Hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Be Pong or something. Just watch it be Pong or something. Oh, no way.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Oh, I can crouch.
Is it enough?
I still can't jump, though.
Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I have a feeling he's gonna lock my ass in there.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
I can't believe I've somehow ended up in Minecraft in this game.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I have not.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh god, there was some growling. Oh, okay. What is going on? How did I end up playing
Yes,
other
I
games
know what
inside of
game
this?
is, but I love it. You trapped in a glass box with no way out.
Is this
Listening to
Portal?
me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this?
Portal's
game
one of the games
supposed
we're gonna
to
be playing here
Can't
soon.
Figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I think this is Portal. I need to play Portal soon.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can
Was I not supposed to do that? I'm curious. Please rate your experience the Stanley Alpha test. All right. Oh, this is dark. I can't see anything. Did I just fall again? I think I might have just fell again. Oh, and now we're somewhere. Okay. Oh, look, a light. Oh, you tell me this is 427. That's my number, right? Okay, so that didn't do anything. There's some screens in there. I'm curious if this is just like kind of like a dead end portion of the game. No. Okay.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I don't know. Okay, so it ended. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this episode of the Stanley Parable. We will be back with another video looking for more endings. There's obviously a lot of doors and paths we haven't gone down yet, and we'll do that on the next one. So I'll catch you there. Guys, have a good one. Remember, if you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you already have not, and I will see you guys later.